Here we go. And oh, into the barrier. Off the barrier, into Nick. Oh, no. And then into the path of Kevman. 20 seconds worth of penalties. Hello friend, and welcome to the slowest sim driving channel on YouTube. I'm Grandpa Goes Gaming, and for no good reason whatsoever, we're racing vans. We're starting with a 4-lap race around Monza. Yes, Monza in vans. We've got Batty. Well, I don't know what he's trying to attract with that van, but there you go, he's in first. We've got Nick Baker in second in the DHL van, but will he deliver? Elton in third is taking giant steps on the moon, while myself rocking the old multi-cup livery. Down in fifth we've got McFlurry, very classic black, and then Chris Char in classic black, but you go to the bottom of because it's camouflaged, and Kevman in seventh seems to have forgotten that we've started to race, but that is one hell of a livery. That's hurt my eyes. Back to the front anyway. Batty is shooting away, and then we've got Nick Baker. Elton and myself look close enough to be having a bit of a battle. These are two very different looking vans. We of course had tuning available for these vans, so who knows what's going to happen. Who knows what anybody's tuned their vans to. Chris Char, oh, he gets that all wrong. Manages to keep it pointing in the right direction, but oh well. Nick now being chased by the police, and it looks as though the Norfolk Camera Enforcement Unit might just catch up with him. Although these vans all having different top ends, so who knows, you can hear the turbos. Look at Chris Char approaching at high speed. I mean, really high speed. How fast is that Samba bus? In fact, both Samba buses have caught up with High Medic, so you've got to assume that they're running very long gearing and perhaps engine swaps as well. Chris Char, they're taking a very interesting line to get into fourth place. Chris, we need to talk about this, or not. Elton under pressure. Chris goes through. I go through. Chris comes back. What's going on? And Elton's back into third. So yeah, I have no idea what's going on there. I think perhaps the Samba buses have more top speed than the High Medic, but the High Medic is better in the corners. We've got a great three-way battle going on here with these three vans. Not something I thought I'd be saying when I got out of bed this morning, but there we go. We've got myself and Chris Char trying to catch up with Nick Baker at the moment, but seeing what just happened, I think Elton's going to catch up through here. If indeed he does. Elton already on the back of these Samba buses, and Chris Char starting to pull away. Chris Char making a break for it. Now it looks like I'm going to have to pull over. Here we go. Is everybody going to keep it pointing in the right direction? Chris Char gets it much better this time. And Elton going around the outside of my Samba bus. That's absolutely great control of that van by Elton. Through the first Lesmo, looking good. As for the second, it looks as though we're all a lot closer to Nick. No one's getting anywhere near Batty, but Nick looks like he could be coming under pressure very soon. Although he was certainly a lot better through that corner than these three chasing him. And what about you, Elton? How are you going to do through Ascari against the might of my Samba bus? Well, we've already seen that the High Medic is great in corners. And look at that, he's trying to go around the outside. Didn't make it work, but he might be able to put himself on the inside for Curva Alboreto. He's just a little too far back right now. Nice try there, but up ahead, look at that. Chris Char's through past Nick Baker. Oh, and that's me going backwards. That's not how you take that corner. I promise you, I've had a go and it didn't work. Can Nick get back on terms with Chris? I think it's too late for Chris to try to pull in Batty. That's not going to happen. Yeah, here we go. Nick coming alongside. that it is some high-speed van action. It's the action you didn't know you needed. Here comes Chris again. Gonna try and go up the inside. No, couldn't do it. Okay. So Chris, of course, could be vulnerable from behind with Elton at this stage of the circuit. Chris Charles starting to slowly get back on terms with Nick. We've got a slipstream for the that long final corner, and we've got some yellow flags behind, and the Grand Mobile has disappeared, so let's not talk about that. But Chris Jar is back through into second place. Nick can only get himself squared up, ready for the next straight, and try once again to come back at Chris's Samba bus of doom. And here he comes. Nick, I think, with the superior acceleration, while Chris has got the superior top speed. How's it going to play out at Monza? We go. Chris is using the extra top end. Can't quite get into that chicane first. He's having a go. Couldn't do it. Oh, Nick a little bit sideways. Compromises Chris. That puts Elton on both of them. So don't count out Elton. He might not be driving a Lamborghini, but he's still driving very quickly. This the final lap. They're going to be counting the corners off now as we come to the race's conclusion. And it looks as though Nick has pulled away and Elton's fallen away. So this could be the finishing order. Could be. I'm saying it will be, because Chris, taking a very tight line through there, manages to get through ahead of Nick. Nick's not too pleased about it, doesn't give him much space. And this is putting Elton on the pair of them. Oh, Chris shoving Nick out of the way and then waiting for Nick, but that's handed second place to Elton in the police van. Nick nudges Chris, I'm going to say nudges, not hit, nudges Chris off the track, gets off after Elton, and that's Nick Baker back into second place. Oh, that got a little bit rough. But up in first, coming around Curve Alboreto for the last time, is Batty in his Pokemobile. And if that's not designed to pick up kids, I don't know what is. He's going to scamper towards the line now. He's got a back marker in front of him. I think needs to be working on the tune of their vehicle. Batty wins. McFlurry comes sixth. Nick Baker was in second, but Chris has just taken that. Can Chris get that Samba bus to the line before Nick gets the second place back? He's covered off the apex nicely. Nick is going to be absolutely booting that accelerator right now, but I think it's going to be Chris Jar who comes second in this race. We've got Kevman backwards on the line as usual. Chris Jar finishes second, Nick Baker third, Elton fourth, myself fifth, McFlurry sixth, and Kevman finishes seventh. We move on to 2 laps around the Nürburgring Nordschleife with Batty leading us away. Got some rain, as you can see, to make things extra interesting, and it's dark, but I have lightened this up just for you. Elton in second, myself there in third, having switched to the Alphard. I noticed that a few of us have switched van for this. McFlurry in fifth, allegedly driving a Ferrari van, but yeah. Kevman in sixth, and well, Nick right at the back for now. I'm sure he'll come back through though. At the moment, Batty not scampering away as he did in Monza. He's under all kinds of pressure from Elton. Elton clearly wanting to pull over. It's not going to happen, Elton. Give it up. The rain really did prove too much for the Samba buses, so nobody quite brave enough to take one of those out, but Elton into the lead. And myself there also getting past Batty. Looks to be sideways, that's Nick. No, it's not, it's Kevman. The 5-second penalty for a barrier impact. Oh, he's going to be fuming about that. And then he gets reset. for his troubles as well. So sad times for Kevman. Up at the front, just missed myself going past Elton as we were watching Kevman recover there. So it's a rear grandpa lead, and that is Chris Char, who's just gone sailing into the barrier and then been hit by Nick as well. So Nick's off and on and off and on. Chris is going again, and there's Kevman just behind him. And while we're watching these accidents, once again we've had a change of lead. Elton has crept through ahead of myself, so that's got a bit of a battle going on just here. Just behind myself is McFlurry, sporting his extra redness, and then Batty, not having the dominance he had in the first race, currently down in 4th place. But I think this battle is going to go on and on because these drivers all struggling in the wet in these vans. Everyone really with the same kind of handicap here. Got McFlurry trying to take a look around the outside to the inside. Up the inside he goes. Is this McFlurry's moment? Yeah, he's through. But can he hold it? He's on the outside of the next corner. Can we come back at him? Yeah! So McFlurry back down into 3rd. And off. We're off. That allows Batty to come through. Oh, that's a pity. We're having a good race then, and we kind of fluffed it up. So sorry about that. We'll try to race cleaner next time. Batty's going to want to come back through the field. Elton is getting away at the front. They're going to have to do something about him, or it's going to be another one of those one-sided races. McFlurry clearly chasing after Elton at the moment. A lot of squabbling going on behind me. Kevman getting back up to 5th. We're going to try and get past Batty. It looks like on these straights the Alfa with a little bit more in the way of raw grunt than the High Medic. Kevman had a go, but it ended in the barrier. From bad to worse. Kevman, those letters are not going to get delivered if you carry on doing that. At the front, Elton now under pressure from McFlurry. McFlurry on the outside. You've got to be brave to pass anywhere here on this track, but around the outside is the ultimate brave moment. And yours truly catching up. McFlurry takes the lead of the race halfway around the first lap. He's going to try to put as much distance now between himself and his opponents as possible. Don't give them any chance to overtake because it's just so difficult. It's still raining. Track getting wet. Oh yeah, you can see puddles there forming, standing water on the track. Drivers have got to be very, very careful indeed. You don't want to find a puddle in just the wrong place. McFlurry looking a little bit sideways there. He's compromised himself. Elton not able to capitalise on it. We've got a carousel coming up, and McFlurry's missed it. In fact, Elton's missed it as well. We've managed to get the Alphard in to the groove, but it's just not enough. It's too wet to really make those big moves. But Elton struggled to get away, and he has been relegated to 3rd place. So that's a grandpa into 2nd. Somehow Elton's trying to come back at us though. He's having a little bit of a shove. Looking the other side. Nope, no way through there. It's tough at the best of times when it's raining as well. You've really got to pick your moment. Chris Char ahead of Batty in the background. But how's it all going to stack up when the penalties have been served? We're serving the penalties very soon. For now, Elton having a look up the inside. He's got the apex, didn't quite get alongside. Elton's looking closer now than he had previous. Was he gone? Oh, Elton must have hit a puddle because he has just hit the barrier very, very hard. I'm just about to say he could be waiting for a slipstream to get past. things have gone horribly wrong for Elton. Not as badly wrong as it's gone for Nick, but you know, still horribly wrong. So that's now a battle for first place between myself and McFlurry. Alphard versus High Medic. Two very differently shaped vehicles. McFlurry's out a little bit wide, we're going to try and give him a little bit more space than that. And now it's going to be a drag race. McFlurry drifting. Yes, drifting the High Medic. And that is a Grandpa in the lead. So how are we doing penalties then? Chris Charles got 7.5 to serve. We've got Kevman had a lot to serve. Elton's got a few to serve, but the Kevman went from bad to worse. The game decelerated him so he could take his penalty, and he then crashed. Nick Baker also with a lot of penalties there. So we've managed to get the Alphard into the lead of this race. All we're going to do now is get it to the end without incident. We had a good first lap. Big braking zone. Oh, that's a 5-second tap for that wall. That's a nightmare situation. We've got to try and beat second place by over 5 seconds now, and that is one of those things that's not going to happen, especially in these conditions. Oh dear, we have problems, Houston. Chris out wide. Oh no, Chris into the barrier. Oh, so can Kevman get past him? Kevman doesn't have a penalty at the moment, so if he can keep it that way, that's a 5-second advantage over Chris Char, but Kevman came in very hot, taps the barrier, gets away with it. He'll be breathing a sigh of relief for that one. Elton has done a great job catching for Batty at this point. We've already seen that Batty's a very, very fast driver, but Elton is currently harassing him. Don't know if Elton's going to try and scare him off the track. He's not. He's going to try and go up the inside. That's a good move. But Batty's fighting it. The two High Medics side by side. Are they still side by side? No, Elton's got a better drive out of that corner. So Elton up into third place ahead of Batty. Elton's now catching McFlurry. McFlurry's catching myself. So it's all to play for. And of course, penalties at play as well. This is the final lap. McFlurry within slipstream range. And oh, that Alphard's going sideways. And backwards, and that's a 10-second penalty. That is an absolute disaster. That's going to be the Grandpa Mobile nowhere near the podium at the end of this race. So your new race leader is McFlurry, who incidentally doesn't have any penalties. So McFlurry doing a great job at the moment. Can he get to the end without getting a penalty? We're going to find out in the next 2/3 of a lap. I am approaching McFlurry here from behind, but probably all for naught, because we're going to have to beat him by 10 seconds to finish ahead, and I don't think that's going to be happening. I can't really see much there. That's a very poor camera angle. Kevman's made it past Batty, and then not. So Batty might have had an off, or Kevman may have caught him by surprise. Chris Char behind there with 12.5 seconds worth of penalties. Trying to rack up some sort of a record. We've not got far to go now. I've got one more major corner, and then it's onto that straight, and we're going to see how the penalties all shake out. And oh, pushed too hard into the barrier. Another 5 seconds. The Grandpa Mobile going from hero to zero in 3 very hefty impacts. So McFlurry right now has a massive advantage. First place and no penalties. He could still drop it. It's not over yet, but McFlurry looking very good for the win as everybody else starts to look at taking their penalties. So she needs to boot it now. I think Kevin just went around, judging by his arrow spinning on the minimap. And that's it. McFlurry is free. It's just accelerate away. He's got Elton behind him, but there's a bit of a gap. So McFlurry in the pound seats for this race. Far to go now. Elton all alone. Batty all alone. Oh, he's not alone because he's got a grandpa for company. And there we go. That's up to third place. The Alphard there with the better top speed. Don't know if we can catch Elton though. We know Elton's tune had a lot of top speed as well. We'll go and join McFlurry's in the braking zone now for, well, it's a very heavy braking zone. As we go towards the start finish straight. It's just straight. I suppose it's a straight bit. What he's got to do now is not spin it. McFlurry wins the race in his Ferrari van. Elton coming in second, then myself, Batty, Kevman, Chris Char, and well, Nick's having a nice leisurely drive through the rain. Cracking job, McFlurry. Well done. And finally, we're joined by Super Squid as we go for 3 laps around Le Mans. We're in an all Alphard field this time. Let's make one as fair as possible. And Super Squid is away with Batty second. Then Elton, myself, Chris, McFlurry, Kevman and Nick. It's a nighttime race because, you know, me and nighttime racers, they go together like, well, me and daytime racers I suppose. And Super Squid taking a very, very creative line and getting away with it. Well, sneaky, he's figured out that that's the fastest route, but it's got him a 2-second penalty. Batty and Elton are nowhere too pleased with that. Though Elton's got myself for company. It looks as though we're going for the move. No, it's not on. Not this time. And, well, this could be a great slipstream battle between a whole bunch of Alphards. Yes, I said it. It's happening. It's right here. We're going to go for the move on Elton for third place. Have we got the grunt? Can we do it? I don't know. It doesn't look like it. I think we're both topping out at the same speed. But here comes Chris Char. Chris Char's got a much faster in a straight line tune. He gets up to fourth, then gets to third through the chicane. Elton holds the inside. Chris Char forced to settle for fourth at this time. But it looks as though he's got a lot of pace in that Alphard. In fact, he's coming for the move on Elton now. And that's Chris Char in third place. Tried to follow him through with his slipstream. I don't know if that's going to work or not. It did. So Elton shuffled down to fifth. I think Super Squid has some sort of what word am I thinking of here? I'm too busy watching the battle to think of the word. Super settings was what I was going to say, because he was keeping that van clearly in the lead, but now Batty is all over him, ready to pounce and take advantage of that 2-second penalty. Don't count out Chris Char. Chris Char is just here in third and he's on the move. It's anybody's race. Squid is not dominating. And there goes Batty. And there goes Batty. And there goes Batty. And there goes Elton and Chris and Nick. In fact, everybody except for Super Squid has just had a really bad hairpin. Super Squid with those 2 seconds to spend. He's flashing his lights. I don't know why, but he is. And we are approaching that penalty zone. Oh, I was going to say Chris Char is definitely going to get it to first place, but Chris Char out on to the barrier. I think he may have had some sort of assist, possibly from Batty. I mean, I don't want to point fingers, but let's point the finger at Batty for that particular incident. I could be wrong. Super Squid out wide. Oh, he's messed that up. Drops him into second. He's got his penalty to serve as well. It's going to drop him even further. Super Squid down to third, fourth. Okay, so Batty takes the lead of the race. and we already know how fast Batty is, so we're not going to count him out from any kind of result. Elton doing well in second place, and Nick out of nowhere shot up into third place. Well done, Nick. Up there comes Super Squid on a ridiculous inside line. 2 vans in one corner. Well done, Super Squid. It looks like he's hunting down Batty. He's really not pleased. He wants to be in first place, and of course he does. He's a racer. He's racing. He wants to be in first. Batty there picking up a cut penalty. Not a big one, but you don't want too many of those because they will drop your speed if they accumulate. Super Squid up the inside. Wow, how did he manage that? Absolutely ridiculous overspeed through that second chicane, and Super Squid is gone. Quite clearly letting ChatGPT do his driving for him. Batty can only try and catch up and hope for the best, but he's got Elton for company. Kevman there, just lost the back end a little bit. I think he's alright, he's held it, he's got a penalty, but he's out wide again. And drifting again. I think Chris Char's going to capitalise on that, he is. So Chris Char up into 4th place. Kevman perhaps getting a little bit flustered, a little bit hot under the collar. And now under pressure from the Grandpa-mobile. Yes, we're off to the seaside at speed. We'll go around the outside into the chicane. It looks as though it's going to be done before we even get there. Kevman. I think I came together with Kevman, but I'm not quite sure whose fault it was. Pretty sure I was going straight and perhaps Kevman just didn't see me, but the net result is barrier impact and a 6.5 second total penalty time now. Look how close it is for second and third as we tear down the Nordshliefe straight. In fact, first, second as well. Batty's coming back at Super Squid. Elton as well, and I think Chris Charles about to get involved. Super Squid in the lead still, but Elton now in second place. They all want it. Everybody wants this win. Elton takes the lead. He just snuck through in the chicane. Great opportunistic driving. And at the halfway stage, I can't predict who's going to win. Go ahead and make your own predictions, and you can let me know in the comments if those predictions were right. But for now, Batty is in the lead. Batty having a half-second penalty. Oh no, Chris Char arriving backwards on the scene. And then gets clonked again by McFlurry, who's missed his braking point. So it's all gone wrong there for Chris Char. At the front we've got a three-way battle for the lead. Batty, Super Squid and Elton. Elton up second, has to drop back into the slipstream, because that's not happening. Super Squid now going for the lead, and he's got it, just like that. Such confidence. Frightening confidence, in fact. So Elton and Batty still battling it out, second and third. That'll be pleasing for Super Squid, because it means he's got to deal with them. But Batty there, taking advantage of Super Squid outbraking himself for that corner. I think Super Squid might get the corner, the lead back though, as Batty saves a penalty. Indeed he does. So Super Squid back into the lead of this race. Batty second, then Elton, Nick and myself. Batty right with Super Squid, not letting him go. The battle for first place definitely alive and well. And here at Le Mans, I think we've got a good run here on Elton, perhaps. Oh, but a cut penalty. Ah, frustrating. But then again, Elton has the same penalty, I think. Does he? No, he doesn't. Ah, so we disadvantaged ourselves against Elton. And this is the last lap, so we need every advantage we can get, not disadvantage. That looking like it's going to really hurt us later in the lap. side by side with Elton as we approach the Mulsanne straight. Wow. Has Elton got more speed in the bag? He seems to pull away a little bit there. Yep. Into the slipstream. Try and get some more speed up. Move across. Oh, there's Chris Shaw there. Oh no. Did I just murder Chris Shaw? Let's have a replay and find out. So here's a Chris's eye view of that incident. He's coming up alongside us. Here we go. And oh, into the barrier. Off the barrier, into Nick. Oh, no. And then into the path of Kevman. 20 seconds worth of penalties. Oh no, Chris, I'm so sorry. I did a bad thing. I did a very bad thing. Just up ahead, Nick Baker and Kevman having issues. Just behind McFlurry, well, he's having issues as well, but he's got no penalties. So we're still battling with Elton, completely oblivious to what we've just done to Chris. And I think that's going to be a Grandpa disqualified or promoted. We'll decide later, I suppose. Can we do anything into the chicane? I don't think we can. I think we might be just too far back. Indeed. Oh, but Elton overshoots. And that gives us an opportunity. Is Elton going to come on fire? He's not. Kevman there to get past Nick. There's a lot of penalties. Not as many as Chris, of course. But I don't think the entire rest of the field combined has as many as Chris. But yeah, that's going pretty bad. Nick and Kevman getting to each other there, slowing both of them down. Elton catching up, and in the slipstream. Is he going to get us? Going out wide, going slow, letting him through. Taking responsibility for the earlier accident, and then Elton actually outbrakes himself. So we'll take that. We'll go for a short-lived podium position if we can. Up ahead, Batty right on the back of Super Squid. This could be the battle to end all battles. I don't believe I'm saying that about vans, but you know, it's on. Batty just can't find the speed to get alongside Super Squid. A little compromise there. I think he managed to pull it back. Yeah. Running out of corners though, Batty. Needs to be getting on with it. Needs to try and force Super Squid into a mistake, but Super Squid there defending like a lion, as Fernando would say. And here we go. We're approaching the Porsche curves for the final time as Chris serves his epic penalty. He's going to stay ahead of McFlurry. It's not a dead cert, is it? Here is McFlurry. He's away. Okay, so I think Chris is going to hold that position. Back to the front. Super Squid and Batty. Oh, Batty got a penalty that he can't serve, so that's going to be compounded at the finish line. And that little cut there could be it for Batty. That could be his race run. No chance of first place unless Super Squid really messes up one of these final chicanes, which doesn't look likely the way he drives because he's so fast. But into chicanes for the final time in this event. Super Squid is about to win our Le Mans leg of the van special event. What a drive. So dominant. Flashes his lights. Batty finishes second. And then myself, I think I'm going to lose that third place. Yep. Down to fourth with Elton finishing third. Kevman and Nick. Nick finishes ahead of Kevman there. Here comes Chris. Chris steals Kevman's spot. So Kevman shuffled down to seventh, and then McFlurry in eighth. Well done, Super Squid. Nice to have you and the amigos for this event. Well, that was all a bit silly. I hope you enjoyed that. We certainly did. Very sorry, Chris. I didn't see you, mate. Or did I? You'll never know. Thanks for watching the video, and until next time, I hope this was worthy of a thumbs up, maybe a subscribe. Until next time, bye bye for now.